Hello MMA fans, back to do volume 3 of Unknown MMA Prospects. Before we get into this video's new fighters, we're going to have an update from volume 1. Diego Nunez was called in late to appear on the WEC 37 undercard. Nunez's first fight on a big scene, and he passed his first test with a 5-round unanimous decision win over the previously undefeated Cole Province. This was the first time anyone has gone past the second round with Nunez. Look for him on cards to come in the WEC future. Moving on to the fighters for this video, we're going to start out in the featherweight division. Rafael Asucano, brother of UFC veteran Junior Asucano, one of the most underrated featherweight fighters around. He's defeated some great fighters, some which have competed in a higher weight class than him, such as when he defeated Joe Lozan via second round submission. He also defeated the very dangerous striker Jorge Masvidal via decision. His record stands at 13-1, with his most recent victory coming in November of this year when he knocked out IFL veteran Joe Pearson in 12 seconds with one punch in the first round. Rafael displayed good striking skills, and as some would say, he has sick BJJ skills. 9 of his 13 wins have come via submission. His only loss was a razor-thin decision to the very experienced Jeff Curran. This definitely could have went either way. Asucano would make a great addition to any organization's featherweight division, especially to the WECs. Moving on to the next fighter, and some of the hardcore fans or European fans will know of this guy, Mamed Cannibal Khalidov. 15-3-1, 7 knockouts, 6 submissions, 27 years old, 6 feet, 195 pounds. Fights out of Ostikin, Poland. He's Russian born, 13 fight unbeaten streak. Very exciting fighter. He's known for throwing unorthodox kicks and punches. Loves the spinning heel kick. Most recently stopped Jason Guida via second round TKO. He submitted dangerous strikers Dave Danglish, Croatian wrestler Igor Prokrajic, to name a few. Khalidov was actually offered a contract from the UFC, but turned it down, stating it was too restrictive and exclusive contracts were not his forte. Khalidov would be loved by the Western fans. Very exciting fighter, very light on his feet, cuts off angles well, throws kicks and punches from all positions, defends submissions off his back, and in top position he can ground and pound you and he will submit you. Great fighter. Look to see this guy in a future Dream or Sengu card, as well as the Polish promotion KSW. And if you haven't seen any KSW cards yet, I advise you to check it out. They put on a great show. Next up on the list, Brazilian Marlon Sandro, 5'6", 145 pounds, recently crowned Pancreas featherweight champ, Brazilian BJJ Muay Thai practitioner, has wins over Daiki Hiata, an impressive knockout win over tough veteran Miki Shida. Another Nova Ueno fighter, trains regularly with Vitor Shaolin Ribeiro as well as Jorge Rogue. Sandro prefers action to take place on the mat, but he's shown the capability that he can knock you out. He does not rule out coming to the US. He says he's very close in talks with Dream and Sengoku. So either way, there's a good chance we're going to see this guy step up and fight some tough competition. Would make for some great fights. Marlon Sandro. Next up on the list, and again, hardcore fans, Shudo fans, Pancreas fans will know of this guy, Yuzuki Endo, 5'8", 154 lightweight, 12 wins, 2 losses, 1 draw. Still only 25 years old. Notable wins over Clay Guida, Ganjo Tenzuku. Some criticize Endo for sometimes showing less than exciting fights, but if you're a true fan of MMA, you'll enjoy watching this guy compete. He has KO guys in the past. He has submitted guys in the past, with the majority of his wins coming via decision. The vast majority of his fights have taken place in Shudo for anyone interested in catching some of his upcoming fights. Yuzuki Endo. Next on the list, and we're kind of cheating a little bit here. This guy's already kind of made it on the scene, but I figured to give him a shout out anyways. Jose Aldo, 12-1, 7 knockouts, 2 submissions. Still only 22 years old. Another Nova Ueno fighter. He's fought on the last 2 WEC cards, though a lot of people are unaware of him because he wasn't on the feature belts, so I decided to add him to the list. Notable wins over Jonathan Brookins at WEC 36, Alexander Franklin Nogueira at WEC 34. Alex has tremendous KO ability, great BJJ, can work out his back, good decent takedown offense. I'd like to see him against a top-notch wrestler before I can give him too much credit on that aspect, but nevertheless, a definite prospect to watch out for in the featherweight and lightweight divisions. Moving on now, and the next guy I'm going to talk about, I decided just recently to add him to the list. He's still unproven. Rory McDonald, 7 wins, no losses, 3 straight knockouts, 4 submissions. This kid has just turned 19 years old. He's still a kid, 5'11", 155 pounds. Like I said, he deserves some props for his victory he had a couple of weeks ago. At just 19 years of age, he made his first pro fight in 2005. That tells us how immature this sport still is at this day and age. There still are fighters slipping through loopholes and getting fights before they're actually legal adults in their teenage years. When you look at this guy, a guy like Joe Stevenson who did the same thing 10 years ago, and here we are today with the same thing still happening. Nonetheless, this kid came up huge in his last fight as he knocked out the very experienced and accomplished Clay French. The BC native now has 3 straight knockout victories, and all of his 7 fights have never made the distance. The most impressive thing he's shown is his ability to work and submit you off his back, to go along with dangerous hand and leg kicks. At 5'11", he's fairly big lightweight, so it'll be interesting to see where this up-and-comer ends up. And finally on the list, number 7, England's John Hathaway. This welterweight fighter is a cage rage vet, sporting 9 wins, 0 loss record, 4 knockouts, 3 submissions. And when I made this video, it was funny because I just recently, yesterday, looked on UFC.com, and apparently they picked this guy up to fight at UFC 93. But I had him on the video before I seen any reports online, so I'm going to leave him on there, even though he's already getting a shot. Solid ground and pound, good cardio. He has subbed opponents, but that is the part of his game which needs to be worked on the most, I believe. I'm not sure how much of a threat he's going to be, but he has had a good start to his career. Be interesting to see. He's fighting Edgar at UFC 93, who's also an undefeated fighter. It'll be interesting to see if he can make the jump from contenders, cage rage, into the UFC. And that's pretty all it for Volume 3. Anybody who wants to leave any responses, comments, anybody who also knows some names they want to throw out, that'd be greatly appreciated. And until next time, peace out.